You're all well this afternoon. I'm Dean. I'm from OGAE UK. Nice to see you all here today. Welcome to Euro Club. I'm sure some of you have been here over the past couple of days. As you know, this is the official Eurovision party venue, and it officially opens tonight, actually. So if you haven't got your tickets, make sure you get them. They're still available on skiddle.com, I believe. So check it out and look at euroclub2023.co.uk. Also, the bar at the back is open and it will be available. There'll be drinks and food available if you want to get something between the acts that we're going to be speaking to shortly. If there's a fire, then please find the fire exits or listen to the people from camp and furnace. So this afternoon, as you know, we're going to be talking to Lazara from France, Lord of the Lost from Germany, Blanca Paloma from Spain, and Tvorchi from Ukraine. So please welcome our first act today. It's Lazara from France. Here she is, looking fabulous, fabulous. Hello, it's lovely to meet you. Wherever you're happy. So Lazara is here with the head of delegation from France. So would you like to introduce yourself? I think there's a microphone.
So hello, I'm Alexandra Redamiel, head of French delegation, and I'm so happy to have Lazara in my artist crew this year.
Well, this looks amazing. Doesn't this look fantastic, everybody?
Thank you, thank you.
Lazara, welcome to Euro Club.
Thank you.
Welcome to Liverpool. How are you finding Liverpool?
Very nice. I love the weather.
We laid the weather on for you.
It's changing like me, so I love it. But people are really nice and the food is good, so I'm really glad to be here.
Great. Now, you had your first rehearsal yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've probably all seen a little bit of that on TikTok and the photographs. On your Instagram story, before you rehearsed, you promised that your performance was going to be dangerous. And I was like, how can it be dangerous? You know, are you on a kind of like high wire? And actually, when I saw the performance, you're on a 5-meter high podium.
Yes.
Is that quite scary?
It is. It is.
3 meters, 3 meters, not 5.
Yeah, it is, because you know when you're up there, it's you think about falling, and it's quite scary. And I only have like the security is well done, but you never know. So you always have that thought in your head. But after that, you know the show must go on. You know, you just do your job.
So can you tell us a little bit about the staging and how yesterday's rehearsal went?
It was great. It was really weird to see, you know, after all those weeks, to see it and you know, in real time. And I was really impressed. Everybody was extremely nice. We have a lot of work to do still, but we are really glad with our decision and the stage that we choose.
Okay, good. I've got one more question for you before we have some questions from our audience here. Obviously, you're Canadian from Montreal, and I noticed that you said that in your favorite top 5 Eurovision songs ever, that includes Lara Fabian with Quoi and Céline Dion with Ne partez pas sans moi. I was just wondering what kind of influence those artists have had on your career and you as a singer and performer.
Well, they are 2 great performers. They have amazing voice. And when I was a little girl in Montreal, I was watching those artists on TV. But I would have never thought that one day I will, you know, have the same debut as them. And yeah, I feel really humbled by that. And I don't know, it's maybe a sign. It's all the Canadians that came to Eurovision had a great career after, so I think it's a blessing.
And obviously Natasha Saint-Pierre also represented France. So I think you're the second Canadian to represent France. Aside from those people, could you tell us about some of your other musical influences?
Well, I just recently I have a music career, like I started 3 years ago, and 10 years ago I didn't know how to sing. I didn't understand it. I didn't have the voice that I have now, and I learned with some great artists, as Edith Piaf, Shirley Bassey, Barbara Streisand, and it's with those artists that I understood music. So my influence in my music always gonna be like old American song or old French variété d'antan. And yeah, they are my woman, they are my teacher, and I live through them.
Thank you very much. I have got more questions, but I think I should ask people out here if they've got some questions. So if you have a question for Lazara, please raise your hand. I can't really see people very clearly, but hopefully someone will have a question. There's a question down there.
Hi, it's TJ from OGAE. Of course, you are very high regarded when it comes to fashion and creativity. I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about what the journey has been like to create the outfit, the dress, and the look that we see on performance, which is magnificent.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, it was really, really hard. We had ups and downs. we had an image. I wanted to create like a jewelry, something that is powerful with a little bit of red. And I think everybody know that black is one of my favorite color because I think it's a strong color for a woman. And I worked with Romain Tenivin, which is a créateur from Paris, and he did everything by hand. Like every Swarovski was by hand, and we wanted to be very bright and comment on dit brillant, sparkling on the stage. And I think that's how I see Paris. When I came from Canada to Paris, I saw La Tour Eiffel sparkling at night, and it stayed with me. So I wanted to give that on the stage.
Thank you. We another question at the back there. Is that Alistair? I'm just going to get a microphone to you.
Hi, Lazara. Alistair Birch from Australian Radio. Can you tell us about your garden back home and the connection of your garden to the song?
My garden of hell. Well, my garden back in Canada is probably dying right now because it's been months I didn't take care of it. But what do you mean by that? She left.
I heard that Benny was inspired by your garden to write the song.
Not for this song. It was for a song called Fille de Joie. Fille de Joie, but no, I was not inspired for. But it's always an image that I have, when you try to create life. I think a garden with a flower, it's the image that I have. And I wanted to explain to people, sometimes you have a dream and that your garden is your dream, and you have to water it with your pain, with your love, and with your dreams.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions out there? While we're thinking about it, I'll ask a question. How did you come to become the French representative this year? How did that happen?
I'm going to let Alexandra answer that question because that was her choice.
Just 2 years ago, she created a beautiful song, Tu t'en iras. And I am also head of entertainment and games. And so I follow all the artists. And really, it's Art Attack because she was... I love Lazara because she's so French, like Edith Piaf, and so Lady Gaga, like Eurovision. So it was the perfect match. And I want to say, I won't work with her. So I follow her 2 years. And this year she said me, okay, we go together.
Well, I think we're all very pleased that this happened because it's a fantastic song. And as you know, it's one of the favorites to win this year. You talked about a song there, Tu t'en iras, which I think is fantastic. If you've not seen that song, certainly the video is don't mess with Lazara in this video. Certainly if you're a man, because she's just going to kill you. So
No, I don't
seriously.
kill. They kill themselves.
Oh,
because
okay.
they're stupid.
But it is a brilliant, brilliant song. So do check that out if you're not aware of that song. Obviously, we talked about Celine Dion earlier, who has had amazing success. Started her career singing in French, and then moved to also singing in English, but singing in both languages. Obviously, at the moment, I think you sing solely in French. Would singing in another language, most probably English, be something that you might want to do in the future?
Yes, I have a plan for that. I work, as you know, with Banks and Ranks, who work with all the great artists, as Dua Lipa, Sean Paul, and we have a project together, maybe not in 2 years, but soon. I would love, because I love many style of music, but I would love to do an album for the English market.
Brilliant. Alistair has another question, so that's fantastic.
We'll see if this one's better. Lazara, one of the other artists is singing about Edgar Allan Poe this year, but you have a special reason for liking a different poet, Victor Hugo. Can you tell us about that, please?
Well, because when I choose my stage name Lazara is from my I have a double name, Fatima Zara, and I went to the internet to see if there was another artist called Lazara, and I stumbled onto that Victor Hugo poem, was talking about a woman who was chasing her dream and her freedom, and I felt very connected with that poem. I encourage everybody to read that poem. It's very fantastic.
One of I think your most favorite Eurovision entry is L'Oiseau et l'Enfant by Marie Myriam, which won the contest in 1977. The UK came second that year, so thank you for that. But we won the year before, and France was second the year before. But I believe that song L'Oiseau et l'Enfant is quite special to you. Could you say a little bit about that?
Yes, my mother used to sing that song to me. I didn't know for many years that it was a Eurovision song, but I have a strong connection with it. It's very emotional. And I had the pleasure to receive a message from Marie Myriam, who encouraged me in my journey to Eurovision. So everything is a dream. I don't know if it's gonna stop, but I enjoy it.
Well, I think the omens are here for a win, because obviously Marie Myriam won in the United Kingdom, and she won in a city, London, beginning with L, like Liverpool. So
too much connection.
It's all there. It's all there. No pressure. No pressure.
Oh yeah.
Do we have any more questions out there? Don't be shy.
Salut Lazara.
Salut.
Je m'appelle Paris. I'm from GADIO, an LGBTQ+ station in the UK. In the LGBTQ+ community, we call this the Gay Olympics, and we absolutely love it. How excited are you to bring the party to Eurovision?
Oh my God, I am very excited. I look very calm right now because I'm a little bit tired, but there's a fire inside of me. And I want to put that fire on the stage. And yes, and I'm very humbled because I feel like my career started because of the community, and all of my friends are from the community too, so I feel very connected, and I will be nothing, my music will be nothing without you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. Any more? Oh yes, I think someone's waving down there.
I have a question for Alexandra as well from the delegation. Of course, in the last couple of years, we've seen that France has had an amazing run here at Eurovision and at Junior Eurovision. You've said earlier this year in an interview, France needs to have the back of Eurovision. Do you feel that's now happening because you guys get to host again? Do you feel that France is embracing Eurovision more because of the amazing stuff you've done?
I don't know. I don't think about that. Just I want that Eurovision, it's so beautiful brand. I'm so proud to be head of French delegation. I'm so proud to have this kind of artist. I think that we win the junior. I want and I dream to win the big one. I would like that it will be, and I hope that it will be with Lazara. I think that French is on the game. I think that we come back, and I think that we are the best.
I think there's another question there.
Hi, Lazara.
Hi.
I'm Farouk from Cocorico magazine. After Eurovision, you will make a big tour in France, and a new album is in preparation. Can
Yes.
you tell us about the themes you will talk in this album and the styles of music?
Well, my second album, I want it to be very sunny. I want to dance, but I'm still gonna write about my problems, and I believe we all have the same problem. But I want us to dance on it, and what I can say is it's gonna be a lot of bass line, and I am creating my second album to be a kind of a live album, like that feeling, you know, a lot of instrument, a lot of organic instrument. So I'm really, really, really happy to be able to create that second album so fast.
Thank you. Any other questions out there? No, I don't think there are. I think then finally, Lazara, thinking about this year's contest, sometimes the participants don't listen to the other songs. I don't think Sam Ryder from the UK listened to any of the songs last year. Have you listened to the other countries' songs?
Yes, I love Lutuana with Stay. I think she have a great voice. The melody really come and get me. And I love the Joker too. It's fun, it's fresh, it's young, it's dynamic. But everybody, I think, what I love this year is, like, I think every year, but it's so eclectic, and it really represents every country, and the level of the artists are really high. So I think we are really blessed this year.
And finally, if you were to win, where in France would you like the contest to be staged?
Ah, I really, really love Marseille. And it has to be sunny. And we drink pastis, and I will host it there. Don't you think? Do you love?
Sure. What she wants, it's okay.
Well, we'd like it to be somewhere sunny, that's for sure. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Everybody, please thank you, Zara, for joining us. Lazara. You introduce everybody for us.
Yeah, what was your name again?
My name is Dean.
This is Dean.
I'm Dean.
Hi, Dean.
Dean is the host of that show, yeah? This is Pi. our
Hello.
guitar player.
Oh, wow, that's loud. I'm Pi.
That's Klaas, our bass player.
Cheers.
Nick.
I'm Nick. Hi.
No, I'm.
You have to introduce me.
I have to.
I'm sorry.
This is Nick, our drummer. And this is Jared, he plays pretty much everything.
My
So,
pleasure.
yeah.
Bye.
Well, welcome to Euro Club. Welcome to Liverpool. I was saying that I was a little bit scared of you, but actually,
Why?
what I think is you're possibly the nicest people at Eurovision, because I'm sure what we've all seen is on your social media, you've been promoting all the other acts' songs, and you've been doing cover versions when you've been in South America, And today, if you've not seen this, apparently the word is dropped. They've dropped the cover version of the Finnish song.
Exactly.
Yeah. So check out your Spotifys and your Amazons and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it's a full cover for the other artists, not all of them. We don't have time because I'm still like singing one of their songs each night in the hotel room, even here. So we're doing like 15 or 16. But for Cha Cha Cha, we felt like we need to do like a full metal, full band cover, and it's out everywhere. Like I'm excited actually to hear what Kari thinks about it. So
maybe he'll do a cover of your song.
yeah, hopefully in
Finnish, please. Yeah.
Talking about that, the Cha Cha Cha, what was it like singing in Finnish?
Well, it's not easy. I mean, we're touring in Finland a lot, so we're used to listen to the language, and of course, you can say like the basic things like thank you and hello. But I think it's an advantage because when you're German, speaking Finnish might not be that hard, like when you're English, because it's a hard language with lots of consonants and we're used to that. But it was still a fight. So I went like in the studio, it's like I go line by line. So I listened to him, try and error, So I recorded myself, listened back to me. I was like, no, I'm not there yet. So it took like, I don't know, 3 hours to actually like do it really line by line. But
Yeah.
I showed it to a couple of Finnish friends and they were all like,
And for us hearing the first demo with Chris's voice in Finnish, it was the first time actually that we heard you sing Finnish. Sounded different, very different, also a very different timbre?
Yeah.
But you nailed it. In my ears.
the hardest part was to actually nail the Finnish cha-cha-cha. That was like
That's the hardest bit,
that was the
saying
hardest bit, yeah.
Now, obviously, I mean, it might have been a bit of a thank you to Finland because those of you that watched Unser Lied for Liverpool will know that the only jury, how did this happen, that gave you 12 points was Finland. I'm sorry, the UK didn't even give you 12 points. But
I don't even remember how many points UK gave us, do you?
not sure. No, it wasn't
UK,
12.
don't remember.
Finland gave you 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Finland gives you.
What was it like being an Unser Lied for Liverpool?
It was a surprise because we seriously did not expect to win. We went there, we wanted the experience. Of course, when you do that, you want to win. But we were like, okay, we're super happy if we're being part of it. We take the experience, like we are very open-minded musicians. We love genre crossover things and meeting new people. And so we were sitting there and just expecting, okay, let's say goodbye now and like let that feeling sink in. And then that happened. So it was overwhelming, does not even put it.
So was it a surprise? Because obviously you weren't leading after the jury vote. I think you got fifth at that point, 43 points or something. And then obviously the public vote came in and it was like up here. How stupid question, but how did that feel?
Well, surprising, first of all, because I mean, we didn't set our expectations too high in the first place. But when the jury vote was in, we were on 5th place. It was like, yeah, it was an amazing experience and fair enough. And we love to be here. And then the public vote came in. It was like, they couldn't have been any further apart, really.
So I needed to actually re-watch the clips to find out how I felt about it because I cannot recall that moment. So it was like,
I think I just jumped on our couch, like in our green room, just jumped to the couch and basically applauded to the whole audience, even though the people in the studio didn't have anything to do with that. But I just, on behalf of everyone who voted for us outside of the studio, it was like, thank you so much.
I've got one more question, then we're going to open it up to the floor.
It's like a press conference.
People
I like
here,
that.
yeah. Press.
You guys are from the press. That's how you look like.
They all look the same.
No, come on.
They look like me. Not all of them. Not all of them. I'm joking. Some are fans. Some are press.
He said he's a fan. He's not from press.
I'm a fan.
Me too.
Can you be both?
You
like Press yeah.
Absolutely.
Is that right? Is it okay if you're from the press and you have to be neutral? Can you be a fan? Or you have to be like a fan in disguise?
Yeah, undercover fan.
Yes, no. Okay, I got it.
So my question before we move to these lovely people down here is, I think Lord of the Lost has been around since around 2007. Is that right? So you've been around as a band.
That's the year I was born.
Yeah.
Right?
Why Eurovision now? Because obviously you've embraced it, but why did you want to do it particularly at this point?
Well, we Lord of Lost as a band exists since 2009. Just to be correct, yeah. So, yeah. Why now? Because they didn't take us before.
Did you try? Did you? Oh, okay.
Many times.
Oh.
100 years of trying. Yeah.
Before Chris was born.
Yeah. No, we like. I think I sent the first application. I don't know, like 10 years ago. I didn't even tell the guys because it was like, yeah, if they say yes to the preliminary show, then I can still like, what you think? So, and then last year we really gave it a big effort. Like we were with the new song, we were trying everything. We were like pretty close to the TV show. Like some other bands back then, we were like so close. And then it was a different concept. The concept was like, let's go for like mainly mainstream pop. So we didn't fit into that. And yeah, it didn't work out again. So they opened up the genre frame and we just fit in it.
Slipped in?
Yeah, we just slipped in.
It sounds like you're a fan, maybe a secret fan. Are you all fans of the contest?
I am still struggling with the word fan. Okay. Because no, I don't mean that in a bad way, and like I'm not like doubting the intensity of it, but I would call myself an enthusiast because as a fan, that will mean like that all my childhood I would have like posters saying Eurovision.
Yeah, I'm expecting you to know like wins and people like that.
No, because it was an annual thing which I liked like a lot since I was a kid, but only like for a couple of days, and then I went back to listening to Michael Jackson and Roxette and Guns N' Roses and all, and I had posters of them. So yes and no. I would call myself an enthusiast because I love it to the bone since I'm a kid.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm having like a Eurovision tattoo or something.
For me as a child, I watched it when it still was called in Germany Grand Prix as well. I wasn't able to grasp the sheer size of it. Obviously, as a kid in front of the TV, you enjoy the TV and you probably enjoy also the music. But I wasn't able to grasp it, and I'm still not really able to grasp it. I only know that I enjoy it to the fullest right now, even though we're only, what is it, not even 2 days in it, counting the preliminaries leading up to it. It's a great adventure. Yeah.
Which feels like, by the way, like half a year ago, the German finals, because so many things happened, like more than 500 interviews and so many press dates, and like, wow, the South American tour, and what the fuck.
Let's open it up to the floor. There's a few people with their hands up, so someone will come to you with a microphone.
Hi guys, Alistair Birch from Australian Radio. I read somewhere that you are a very organized band with a strict schedule and that you have Suftnächte in your diary. Can you tell us what this is about? Do you get much work done the next day? And when is your next Suftnacht scheduled?
What's that we have?
Saufnächte. Entschuldigung.
Uh-huh.
It was an interview with Metal.de. They mentioned you had Saufnächte.
Did I say that?
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
That's what
I don't recall any of that.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Probably because you had a Saufnacht.
No. I think I remember when you said it. It was something about blah blah blah. We don't have so many Saufnächte or something.
Oh yeah, I think it might be like when it comes to the times when we party hard, or it's more like these guys because I don't drink, but so we have to put everything in our schedule. So during the last couple of weeks, I even have like time slots from when to when I'm sleeping, and it might be like 3 time slots a day, like for 2 hours or something. So we even have to put a Saufnacht slot there for like, okay, you can drink from 3 to 6. Then you have like 2 hours to sober up, or might be. But
Yeah, I think it mostly refers to like when we're on tour, for example, that we don't get, pardon my French, fucking shit-faced every night. But mostly if someone wants to party, do it before a day off. For example.
No, I think
that makes a lot of sense.
I think I remember, because that's the thing. If you play like 2, 3, 4 shows back to back, and if you have like you're playing in front of Iron Maiden, like 50,000 people every night, you can't just have a hard party afterwards. You have to postpone it for like the end of this leg of the tour. So that's
a proper Saufnacht.
Yeah, and apart from the Saufnacht, in general, we have a vast amount of Google Sheets and calendars where we schedule everything. So I'd say we're a pretty organized band to our standards. Yeah.
So just to clarify, Saufnacht, does that mean scheduling in a time to have a tipple, have a drink?
Yeah, exactly.
Saufen is a verb that means drinking, but it's more like
heavy drinking.
Heavy
excessive
drinking.
drinking,
It's dranking.
Okay.
At Nacht is night.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Saufen, he just said it. Saufen is drinking like a horse.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
okay.
That's Saufen.
We definitely need to schedule those in.
No, but I just had a talk with a lovely lady, Calico, the daughter of Alice Cooper, and she told me the difference between drinking and dranking. So I was like, okay, yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. I think somebody else had their hand up in the room down here.
Hi guys, it's GJ
Hello.
from OutTV, and it looks like you guys are bringing the biggest staging this year, that huge pyramid. What made you create it like that? And are there any band members with fear of heights who were against doing it this way, maybe?
Fear of heights over here, yeah, but I wasn't against it.
I think we have the highest, we have the longest one. Yeah. It's
and also these pyramids haven't been built by aliens.
Yeah, we have the highest staging, so to say.
How tall is it?
7 meters, I think.
Oh, okay. Well,
something.
Lazara is only 3 meters.
Yeah,
I thought it was 5, but it's 3.
The thing is, you can't like just roll it on stage because there's those huge doors. So these pyramid things have to be like
they have to be
folded.
Yeah.
And then those two guys, they are sitting or standing on their spots and being rolled onto stage. Then the pyramids are being like folded up, and then we start. So I'm still kind of hoping that we will be like the first act of the second half, because I'm really like, well, yeah, the idea behind it was actually pretty easy. The thing is, we're a rock band, so we wanted to have this rock band feeling, because it still needs to be us. For us, the most important thing is to be authentic in everything we do. So if we came on stage with like dancers or flying horses or I don't know, whatever, it wouldn't be us in a way. And having something big in the back where these guys are being promoted, because otherwise you just have a drummer on the floor like doing like this, you don't see him. I wanted these guys to be like really seen. And if you go with heights, and to clarify that Lord of Lost is not like, I'm not the Lord of Lost, it's all 5 of us. That gives you a very nice picture. And yeah. And we have a brilliant creative director, Marvin from Austria. He's doing like, I think 9 acts this year. And working with him is just a delight. It's very good.
Do we have any more questions? Yeah, I think I see somebody's hand up there.
It's not Marvin, it's Marco from Austria, from the Standard. And we saw each other on Zoom for the Merci Chérie podcast.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
You
Okay,
remember?
Yeah, thanks.
When I saw, I will ask in English, I think that's fair. When I saw that you are, 1 week before the Eurovision rehearsals begin, that you do a South America tour, I was quite impressed. Because I thought, wow, I mean, they should schedule probably the choreography with Marvin, and they should probably do thousands and thousands of interviews. I mean, Germany is not a small country and they have a lot of media. But you went to South America and do a tour. Is it something that gives you energy, or was it a difficult thing to do before Eurovision to do such a big tour?
Well, the thing is, it's all about planning, and we could not cancel that tour because tickets have been sold before like the whole Eurovision thing started for us, and we can't let people down just like that. And so we just all those stage rehearsals with like cameras and stuff. We did that before. I met with Marvin before, and the thing is, we don't have like a dance choreography or something that we have to rehearse like every day and something. So what we do on stage is very natural. It can be done very easily, very quickly. So we were able to do all that before. About energy, yes and no. In a way, it gives you energy because we need that live feeling. We had 3 new countries where we'd never been before. Argentina, Chile, Brazil. We went also to Mexico where we had been before. And of course, it's tiring in a way because traveling and flying and all that stuff.
We had 11 flights in
Yeah.
1.5 weeks.
But all the love of the people and playing live and the energy was actually the best preparation that we could have done.
Yeah.
Because you go out of this like from a forge. Now we're made of steel to fucking do that here.
So
It's
you're
really
saying that you have been that you rise like a phoenix? Is that what you're trying to say?
yes.
Very good. Any more questions from the floor? Alistair's got one there, then I've got a couple.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
You consist of 5 members on stage,
Good
but
counting.
can you tell us how you involve your backstage crew in the creative process, and why is this important to you?
I think for the Eurovision, we didn't really work with our own crew because it's a very different kind of production. We can't just take our light crew here and tell them, "Hey guys, we brought our own people. Let's move away." You know, it's like so everything has to go hand in hand with us and the crew here, also for sound and whatever. So our actual live crew is really not involved. I mean, they're emotionally involved a lot and rooting for us and having a big party at home. But they are, in this case, they're not part of the show. Actually, it's like they're all part of the band. So Lord of Lust for us is much more than just 5 people because our live crew is our best friends, our family, also studio crew. We do songwriting together and all these kind of things. They're involved in everything. But in this case, it's just us 5.
So tomorrow in the UK, there's a little matter of a coronation of the king, and you've met Charles and Camilla. What was that like?
Very nice. It was like he has such a calm aura and atmosphere. Like when he comes, he talks very quietly, and everything seems to be a little like in slow motion. It's very respectful. So I really liked that. So it was like, you know, there's like 30 security people around you and like dogs for like, I don't know, explosives running around, whatever. It's like hell breaks loose. And then you're like in the eye of the storm, and it was very nice, actually. He's made a very humble experience. He was very interested in us, asked about our costume designer, maybe for his coronation tomorrow. And
I'd like to see Charles dressed as you're dressed on the Eurovision. For
no,
sure.
really, very, very nice.
Have we got any more questions down here? Yes, down there. Oh, the microphone is coming.
I'm wondering, there's a lot of bands at Eurovision this year. If you would pick one band to go on tour with and do shows like together, which band would you pick? And would it be a band that is musically aligned with you guys, or would you go with a band that is maybe a bit different than you guys?
I think that's an interesting part of the question, because if you go by logic, and our musical world, sadly, is always divided in so many different genres, then there's actually only one choice, and that would be Voyager, which is a great choice. It would be lovely to tour with them. But like there are so many artists which I like really adore, and I think like touring with Carrier would be like fucking amazing. Like I can also imagine going on tour with Lazara and playing like chansons every night in French bars. So it's like it actually like pretty much everyone. But from a logical point of view, Voyager.
We're really a fan of mixture of genres. We do it ourselves. It would be really in the spirit of Eurovision because it's united by music. And as Chris said, I can imagine going on tour with a lot of the artists from the roster. I have to say though, Callum from from Ireland, I still have to. It's the drummer. I still have to do his makeup. We agreed on that during the pre-party in Amsterdam.
I think it depends on in which setup we're going on tour, because of course we are a rock or metal band, but we also do acoustic stuff in a classical environment. And so as a classical orchestra on stage, I can imagine many of the others with us together.
And I before the next question comes, I discovered something yesterday on stage while rehearsing, and you all know this Eurovision heartbeat. You can actually do that with a microphone.
Yeah, here you can try. Not bad.
It works.
We recognize that. You've been on tour with Iron Maiden. You're going back on tour with Iron Maiden. Have they said anything to you about you being in Eurovision?
Yeah, actually, like I wrote when we got chosen. One day after, I wrote Steve, the bass player, on WhatsApp. Was like, "Hey, we're going to Liverpool," and he was like, "Wow, that's great. Cheers, mate. Good luck." So yeah, maybe the Iron Maiden guys, they all around the world, they will be watching us on TV then. Like, this is the band we're gonna take on tour this year.
Oh, this is the band.
You know, it's great to have that kind of backup, that you actually know that the kings of heavy metal and the actual king might be watching us on television.
Apparently, he's going to be watching with interest, he said. That's what he said.
Yeah, okay.
Are you doing any gigs in Liverpool whilst you're here?
Yes. Yeah, a small one at the Cavern Club.
I've never heard of it.
No,
no one did. I think
me neither. No, it's like it's gonna be more. It's like a matinee, like 10 o'clock in the morning, mostly for press, and it's not gonna be a rock show. It's just acoustic with cajon and acoustic guitars. We didn't even choose the songs yet. We will meet in the hotel room the night before, pick some songs. It's gonna be a little spontaneous. Like, okay, let's just play this and that. And because we want this very spontaneous musical vibe, because that's the opposite of what happens on stage at Eurovision, which is like every second is planned. And I think it pretty much transports the vibe that Cavern Club needs, because I mean, it's a Beatles place. And what I love about that most is, and I think I said this 100 times before, in 1960, the Beatles came to our home city, not even our home city, to our home district, St. Pauli, and started their career there. From 1960 to 1963, they played 281 shows. My mother went to more than 50 of that shows as a 19-year-old girl back then. And the Beatles changed the surface and the whole structure of rock music by what they did. And now we have the chance to bring back a tiny little piece of that to Liverpool, so it's mandatory to bring that piece back to the Cavern Club, I think.
And when is that gig?
9th of May.
Tuesday,
What he said.
10 a.m. in the morning. Oh my goodness. No sour naft or whatever it is before the night before.
No, absolutely.
No Saufnacht before, no.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there. So it's been fantastic talking to you. So give it up for Lord of the Lost.
Thank you.
Take your seat. It's time to welcome to the stage this year's Ukrainian representatives It's Tvorchi. Just making their way through, I believe. Yes, it's quite difficult back there. Here they come. Here they come. Tvorchi entering the stage. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And am I right in thinking it's Jeffrey?
Yes.
And Andrew?
Yes.
Is that right? Brilliant, fantastic. Well, welcome to Liverpool. Welcome to Euro Club. I think it's really obvious to everybody that really, obviously this year we should be in Ukraine with the contest, and that the UK is hosting on behalf of Ukraine. So I think we just need to kind of, say that. But we're very proud and very honoured to be doing that. So obviously yesterday you had your first rehearsal. Can you tell us a little bit about the staging and how the rehearsal went?
Well, the rehearsals went fine. It was great. It was really hot on stage, but we're ready for the challenge and just a bit of polishing, and I think we will be ready to perform for the finals. So that's just that's all there is to it. That's what I wanted to say. Maybe after our second rehearsal, we'll have more words to say, but after the first one, there isn't really much to say.
Okay, that's fine. Obviously, last year, Kalisha Orchestra won the contest. Can you tell us where you were when Kalisha Orchestra won and how you felt at that point?
When they won the Eurovision, we were in Ukraine, and that period was very tough because our people were dying everywhere, and we were trying to do everything for help for our military, for our soldiers, for civilians who came from other parts of Ukraine. And even now, right now, with air alarm already, we're sitting here talking to you and you too, and the missiles are flying and on the civilian buildings, and it's crazy. The Kalush victory was very big for Ukraine because everyone heard Ukraine, and I think this was great.
And can you kind of put in words what it meant for the rest of the Ukrainian population?
Well, I think it really motivated everyone. I think everyone felt like more
rise of the spirit.
Positive, yeah, more positive after this, and I think it's very important in this case. I think Kalish as well helped put the situation in the forefront, and I think it really helped people know about it. Although not everyone is correctly informed about it, but I know a lot of people know about it just because of this victory. So I think that was really great.
Just one more question from me, and then we're going to open it out to the people out here. Can you tell us about your song this year and how perhaps that reflects what's going on in Ukraine at the moment?
Our song called Heart of Steel, and if to describe the song in 3 words, it will be strength, confidence, and bravery. The inspiration behind the song was we made it in last spring, last spring, and we were inspired from the videos that we saw online from our defenders who were defending the city Mariupol. And those emotions we felt from videos we were watching, we transferred into music. It was subconscious because we, like all the people who's doing art, is it a painter or musician, you just do what you feel. And the same was with us. We didn't know when we made the songs that we will go apply for national selection and be here talking to you on Eurovision, because we didn't make the song specifically for contest. It was made for our upcoming AP. And with this song, we want to say to the whole world, we and all Ukrainians, we don't want to be pitied. We want to be an inspiration for all the countries to be stronger, because, I'm pretty sure everyone has hard times in their lives. It's life, and you have those times. So we want to say that no matter how bad you feel, no matter how bad the situation is, just stay strong, move forward, and everything will be good. And also, I would like to add that as our song called Heart of Steel, we just recently started a fundraising campaign with the Ukrainian companies and international ones, and with the presidential charity platform United 24. We raising money for incubators for small Ukrainians who are just burning now in the sounds of explosions and missile strikes, to save their hearts, make them stronger, because women's right now, they feel a big stress and they born kids too early and their hearts are weak. So we hope we can save those kids, and we will be very thankful for everyone who's going to support this initiative. And it's called Caring People Save Children's Hearts on the website United 24. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, have we got questions in the audience? Yeah, I can see a few hands. That's JP, I think.
Hello, it's JP from Radio International. My first question at Eurovision 2023. Tvorchi, can you tell us how you met? What were you doing at the time? And how did you get the idea to do music together? And what does Tvorchi mean? Can you translate that? Thank you.
Well, Tvorchi means creative. If you translate that to English, that's literally what it means. And we just chose this name because it represents us perfectly. We don't have to make it complicated. If we're creative, we'd rather just, use that name to represent us. I think it does, a good job. Anyway, we met on a random day on the street. We at the time we were in university. We didn't even know we were in the same faculty or university. So after a year of meeting, we found out we were in the same university and the same faculty. So we realized we also could make music together. While we're in his kitchen, he was making pasta that time, and he just took out his computer and played some music. And I wrote the lyrics. That it was like 12 a.m. I remember correctly, because we put that into the song as well. And I think since then everything has just been happening real crazy, if I can say. And it's mind-blowing to me that we're even here today talking to you guys. I never expected any of it, but honestly, I'm grateful for all the support people have showed, not just to us, but to Ukraine, because that's what we represent right now. And we just want to say thank you.
Thank you very much. More questions?
Hi guys, it's GJ from OutTV. I was wondering, you have a very highly visual performance also with the visuals and the screens and everything like that. Can you talk us through the process of designing those for the Eurovision stage this year? Because it looks really amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the question. I'll start about the preparation for Eurovision. We were doing this all in Ukraine, and the all visuals we did, it's made by our nice team, our great professionals, and it represents the song, it represents the still heart and the words we said before, the strength, the confidence, the bravery, and also there are some small details of Ukrainian lights a bit, so it just, every element of it makes one thing. The song itself was the seed, and all the rest is just make it even better, and doing what we're talking now about our message to the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Alistair there at the back.
I have a question, Alistair from Australian Radio. I have a question for Jeffrey. A lot of foreigners left Ukraine when the war started. I think you did too, very briefly, but you came back to Ukraine. So the question is, what were your thoughts in going back to Ukraine? And what would be your message to the other former residents of Ukraine, other foreigners who are now abroad, about returning to the country?
Good question. Okay, well, you're right about that. I did leave briefly. I went to see my mother because she couldn't stop panicking. So I had to see her for a brief time so before I came back. And Ukraine is my second home. I feel like it was the best decision to make because we had a great thing going. We had people who supported us and who supported what we make, and so it will be, I would say, it wouldn't really make sense to just abandon everything. I wasn't really afraid, but my parents were afraid for me, so I just assured them I'll be all right, and so I just returned to Ukraine and to continue our great work that we, had going on. So I also wanted to put some effort into helping because all these opportunities that we have right now were given to us by the Ukraine. So it would be, I thought it would make more sense to give back in that sense. So we know how to make music is what we know how to do best, and we use that to raise a lot of money. And we went for countless charity events, and we also, at the beginning, if I remember correctly, we were buying medicine and making camouflage nets as well. So
It was the first weeks of full-scale invasion.
beginning.
Yeah.
Anyway, we did all these things together. It's for me, I feel happy doing these things, and I feel happy being in Ukraine as well. And I don't know, I just feel happy doing this. I'm not afraid, of these occupiers who just came, on a random day just to kill people, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not afraid of them. I will do whatever I can. We will do whatever we can to make the victory come faster.
Do we have any more questions down in the audience? I've got a question about Ukraine in Eurovision, because you're, I think, the only country that has always qualified. So there must be something about Ukrainian artists or Ukrainian music that goes beyond Ukraine. What do you think it is about Ukrainian artists and music that makes it so successful at Eurovision and maybe beyond Eurovision?
I think it's like every country. I think great music is everywhere because, there are no bad art because every human can find for themselves something great in some kind of song. Is it a rock or is it a rap or pop anyways? So I think it's the same with Ukraine. We are all the diverse people who doing a lot of great music and paintings and the style. This clothes is from Ukraine, by the way, too. So we just do what we love and share this with the world, and we feel thanks to everyone who likes it.
Fantastic. I think we'll wrap up there, but you did mention the charity work that you're doing with the Heart. Can you just repeat what the website is so that we can hear that again? So if people wanted to contribute or donate, how they would do that?
Yeah. The website called United24. This is our President's Let's Keep platform, where are different what is foundations? Foundation, yeah, initiatives, yes, that word, because я говорю українською, but initiative, yes, and it's called Caring People Save Children's Hearts.
Great. Well, if you feel you want to contribute to that, then you know where to go. Thank you so much for joining us today. Everyone, Dvorchi, good luck. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.